Remove done. Da-da-da-dum-ma-da. I should have bought it while it's 15, but I got greedy hoping it would stick around a little bit longer. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh, I can? And how can I do that? Yeah, anything I can do to lower the RNG, because I get so many runs where I just get dunked on by stock market RNG. I'm just constantly getting slaughtered by stock RNG. Like, supposedly it's supposed to be in my favor at some point, but never does feel like it. Okay, that would make some degree of sense. Okay, I'll try that. Keep switching back and forth. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Oh, what am I doing? Not paying attention. Paying too much attention to chat, not enough attention to the fact that I lost creativity, a few points of creativity. This. Making, hey cat. Yeah, making clips and getting dunked on by the stock market. in some combination thereof. How are you? Doing okay? I'm glad to hear it. Is Elia also? I hope Elia is also doing well. We're really curious about Paperclips. New slogan. Level of marketing. This place. Well, if you have any questions, I can try to answer them. No promises that I know what the HFIL I'm talking about, but I got the third. As soon as my actual PB gets verified, I do have the third time on the leaderboard. So I'd like to think I've learned something about this game after however many attempts. Raise price. A problem. Out of more than 3 people, I might add, it is not just a 3-person leaderboard. I think there's like 15 people on the boards. Lest somebody come in and be, hey, there's only 3 people on the leaderboard, who the heck cares? Da, 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 da. Ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-da-dum, ba-da-da, da-da-da-dum. La 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 la. My first run was like my first actual serious attempt at this was like 248, and since then I've managed to get down to 146. So. Managed to save a full hour since my first attempt at this. So we get up to 6 processors first, then we go to 6 memory, and then to 10 memory, and then just going to stack up memory for a while. I was going to try to get another thing while I was at 16, but I got greedy. Pick me, and getting greedy is not necessarily what you want to do. Get the clip diagrams. Improved auto clippers. And then we'll get improved wire extrusion, and those will be the last few upgrades we're going to get until we get quantum computing. Now we're just going to kind of buy some auto clippers and buy wire when we need it. kind of wanting to build up until we have 75 auto clippers we need, and that's going to give us access to mega clippers. And then we won't actually ever buy any regular auto clippers because mega clippers are 500 times as strong as an auto clipper. So they're just kind of completely obsolete. Trying to buy wire when it's nice and cheap, when it's, you know, $15 to $18. A spool. So my goal is to have, and I'm not sure if I will, my goal is to get quantum computing at about 13 minutes 30 seconds, if I can be so fortunate. Trying to get the next level of marketing, which is why I'm not like buying as much wire as I can afford. I'd like to be able to get I'm gonna hold off until we get the I'm gonna hold off until I have the 250 creativity before I buy the ninth memory. Just a little tiny optimization. That way I'm not wasting any time, excess creativity, and be building up towards quantum computing as quickly as possible. Da-da-da. So I said 1330 was kind of my target. It's going to be about a 1340. Not bad. Quantum 1341. That's not bad. Da-da. With the higher level of marketing, I'm selling clips a lot faster, so I was running out of clips and leaving money on the table, which I don't want to do. So now I need to get a photonic chip, which is the upgrade at the very bottom. So that'll be the next thing I'm going for, is the photonic chip, because that makes quantum computing actually work. And by work, I mean actually do literally anything. Dun, dun, dun. Dun. Lower the price back to 3 cents. so I can get money a little bit faster. Get next level of memory. We build up towards our photonic chip. Takes about 2.5 minutes to get... Oh, I am out of wire. I was like, well, it's not a huge deal being out of wire there. Yeah, I lose a tiny bit of Paperclips, but I'm really waiting on ops in order to be able to advance forward. That's really the ops cap that's limiting me. Or the rate of ops accrual towards my photonic chip, so it's not actually as big of a time loss of, oh my gosh, I'm not making clips right now. It's, yeah, it is a mistake, but it's not a particularly costly one. So we work towards getting our 75 auto clippers so we can get mega clippers. And photonic chip. We can go ahead and get Rev Tracker now. In just a few seconds, the photonic chip will be active. Some better auto clippers, optimized wire extrusion, wire buyer, algorithmic trading, optimized, microlattice, froth annealment. If I can click the button. Catchy jingle, hypnoharmonics, raise price up to 28. Back to 27. Now our demand just shot way up with the hypnoharmonics. Now we'll get strategic modeling, new tournament, random run, new tournament run, tournament run, tournament run, tournament run. Only doing it while I'm maxed out on ops. That way I'm still building up creativity. Tournament run. You can go ahead and get another 2 levels of marketing here. And no, I'm not going to get the next level of marketing. Because I do want to be building up creativity. I need 500 creativity. Right, there's mega clippers. Be 500 times more powerful than an auto clipper. Naturally, let's get one. And we'll improve it for even more power. New tournament run. Lower the price back. New tournament run. New tournament run. Lower that. New tournament run. Lower the price down to 8. gonna go ahead and run some tournaments against random. Now I'm gonna get the even better Mega Clippers strategy, or upgrade. Not gonna get optimized just yet, but this is really to get some additional trust. Or so I can get more creativity, and I also need a few more ops. I do need more Yomi. I need to get up to 3,000 for coherent extrapolated volition, so I'm just going to run the tournament a few times. There's no way I'm going to be able to get the creativity I need, so that's why I went ahead and only got the optimized Mega Clippers. Gonna wait until 500 creativity before I do the upgrade, because I do need the 500 creativity for the coherent extrapolated volition. I'd like to get that as soon as possible, because that's going to unlock the trust quests. As soon as we hit 500, I'll go ahead and get the memory. So yeah, we can go ahead and do like this. One, two, three, four, five, six. Coherent extrapolated volition. That unlocks the trust quest. I'm not going to be able to get I can go ahead and at least get a little bit of extra. Just the way that it worked out, it just wasn't going to be something I was going to be able to do. Oh, somehow my price lowered down to 2 cents, which is not a huge deal. Since I didn't run out of clips, it wasn't a huge deal. I'm going to go ahead and just build up ops, because I do want to get Mill Pattern Baldness and Cure for Cancer online. I'll get these 2 trust quests out of the way, and then we can start getting the strategies. Mill Pattern Baldness. Go ahead and get all that. Cure for Cancer, go there. New strategy A, new strategy B. Oops, don't want to get that. Greed. Alright, I can't get any more right now. But I do need 19,500 Yomi. And as much creativity as I can get, obviously, I'd like to get all of that. Tournament run. I might be able to get global warming here. Yep, and I could. Tournament run. B. Alright. I would normally beat last in this position. But I didn't actually have beat last as an option at that point. But once we get our 15,000 Yomi, we will immediately go to start upgrading our investment engine. I'm going to try the strategy. It was suggested that I switch back and forth between medium and high risk. I'm going to go ahead and bump our ops up to max at this point so we can, we're not wasting time building up ops when we could be getting creativity, because creativity is incredibly important. And exceeding the ops cap like this is just to make it so it takes less time. Processor. And upgrade. Want to wait until level 4. Before it's worth trying to go through. Da-da-da-da. So once again, we exceed the ops cap by as much as possible using photonic or using quantum computing. And as you can see, I can get about plus 6,000, a little over. If I'm like absolutely perfect, I can go 7,000 over, but that's a big stretch. Create the investment engine, medium risk. We're going to choose tit for tat because we're going to play on the on diagonals. If you're on the off diagonal, you want to play... on the off diagonal, you play beat last. On the on diagonal, you play tit for tat. Alright, so we want to be... Numbers are going up. Yes, they are, Cat. Numbers are doing many things, and hopefully that includes going up. In theory. Upgrade engine, new tournament. Play A, we're going to play the top line, so we play A there. So, really just looking at these 4 numbers here. So, if they're bigger on the top, play the top line. If they're bigger on the bottom, play the bottom line, which is B. If it's this way, the bigger number is this way, then you play tit for tat, and if it's this way, you play beat last. That strategy generally has served me quite well. I don't know if that's necessarily optimal, but my understanding of game theory, you know, this kind of stuff is actually what I did my master's thesis, was on kind of automatons playing games like this. So I'd like to think that I'm something that one might call an expert in this. Maybe not an expert, but at least competent in my knowledge of how this kind of automaton strategy goes. Alright, so I'll play tit for tat to play that line. Alright, we'll build up our ops back with quantum compute. That way we're not wasting time. I'm gonna buy a few more clippers just so we can be building up clips as well. Alright, well that strategy seems to have really paid off, because we're already at 1 million. Well, almost. Just kind of waiting to pull my money out. Upgrade engine, run new strategy, play beat last. Nope. Hostile takeover, do this. Processor up. Raise price to 8 cents. Gonna go ahead and get marketing up to 9. Yeah, 8 cents is where I want to be. Ba-dum, 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 ba-ba-ba, ba-da-dum, ba-da-da-da-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-ba-ba. Switch down to medium just so I have a third. Get it? Yeah, I'll get a third. Have 3 of them running. Tournament run. Again, we'll choose tit for tat to play on the on diagonal. Build up ops. So we're heading towards full monopoly coming up. Go ahead and deposit that 56,000 we're kind of saving around. Put some more money in. As should surprise absolutely nobody, I really love this song. Hold on. This is from Wild Arms 3. I really love this game. It's one of the reasons why I managed to speedrun a literal 8.5, 9-hour run, because I really, really, really do love this game. This is the Beatrice fight, losing the inescapable nightmare and unending reality, and yes, that is the actual name of the song. The game's got some drawn-out names for it. Go ahead and get engine 7. Get this. All right, and we're gonna play top 8 greater than 5, 9 greater than 8. Da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I think I mentioned this in the last run, but it's worth noting. that I want to have at least as close to 20,000, if not more than 20,000. More is better, but I want to have minimum 20,000. Minimum, I'd say bare minimum 18,000, but preferably closer to 21, 22,000 as I get out of phase 1. Run, build our ops back. So even though the on diagonal is better, because the 8 is so much is not very different than the 7, and the 7's a lot different from the 1, it's still generally the case that I want to play A, even though beat last could, in theory, do a little bit better. It's usually not going to be much, but you know, you want to be as optimal as possible and recognizing kind of what the game can throw at you. Alright, so we're at there is a little glitch of sorts that can happen whenever price of 1 gets selected, and I think I just got to be a big beneficiary of that. New tournament run. We're gonna play tit for tat. I think then it just kind of dunked on me, but we are at 6 million, so we're halfway to 7 million. We're halfway to our full monopoly, 10 million. That's what we're looking for. We also need 3,000 Yomi, which is a trivial amount given the thousands we're getting each minute. So hopefully very soon we'll get to 10 million. There we go. I'm going to withdraw money. Well, no, I'm going to put it back in. So we're going to build up past our ops limit while I'm waiting on the tournament to end, just so we spend less time. Really, it's kind of these minor optimizations. B strategy. Well, I was at 11 million, but or at 10 million, sorry. Just kind of pulling it out so I can get full monopoly, because I have to have the money available, not just in the market. I can't do a leveraged buyout or anything of the sort. Alright, do this with price up to 58 cents. Do this. New tournament run. We're gonna play B again. I'm playing medium risk to try to do the same thing, get a few different stocks involved. There we go. We'll switch to high risk now. So I do have a trust that I can put in. So quantum foam annealment, it's really late in phase 1 you get it, but it gives you 10 times as much 10 times as much wire, which doesn't seem like a lot, but I mean it can save some money, and it's 15,000 ops, which is basically to say it's free at this point. As you can see, we're making 44,000 a second now, because the full monopoly also gives you 10 times demand. So that's why I will sell from like 8 cents, and now it's like, I'm going to increase the price to 58 cents. And completely mean it without like the slightest bit of... So as much as I would like to go to level 8 on the investment engine, and it might save some time in this phase, the 28,500 starts to become kind of a big deal. Tournament run. Yeah, the 28,500 Yomi is kind of a lot, because phase 3, Yomi is everything in phase 3. And if I spent, like, I might save a little bit of time in phase 1 to get this upgrade, but it will probably cost me a commensurate amount of time in phase... in the other phases. Particularly in phase 3, because Yomi is so important. Like, I know I keep saying that, but that's stressing just how obscenely important Yomi is everything in the phase. New tournament run, get back up. That, and I would say creativity to a lesser extent. Creativity is pretty important in the phase, although I'd still say Yomi is more important. So once I got about 40 million in the... so at this point, the infusions of additional cash off of operations are less important than just building... then just get a couple more, get 2 more levels of marketing at this point. I want to go ahead and get that. And then we're just going to kind of let the money in the market ride. Go ahead and get another memory module. We need Hypnodrones, which is 70,000 ops. In order to advance the phase. Like, buying Hypnodrones is actually what changes the phase. What puts you into the new phase. So I'm running into an issue where you can only buy 1 million of any stock. So I'm a little bit less than fully invested at the moment. As you can see, I'm already at 106 million. I'm doing quite well for myself. I need 500 million. Technically, I need 511,500,000 because I need to do some... I am going to need some +1 trust upgrades that will become available once I hit 103-ish million. It's not right at 100 million, but it's very close to 100 million. And the reason why you need 100 million is it's actually a soft lock prevention. Because you need 100 million clips in order to be able to make clips in phase 2. So it was actually something that was patched in to the game, was that it would not allow you to leave the phase without having 100 million, because there's no way to get enough trust, because there's an upgrade that costs 100 trust, which I guess I was wrong. It's actually that 100 trust upgrade, not the Hypnodrones. It's actually releasing the Hypnodrones that ends the phase. Yeah, expends all of your trust, but allows you to leave the phase. But as you can see, I've made $228 million in the market, so the market's doing quite well for me now all of a sudden. $357 million. I'm gonna buy more. With this. Yeah, A is dominant. So I'm getting very close to the money. So at this point, I'm just gonna buy more. No, put it back in. 551. I'm gonna put it back in while I wait a little longer. 588 million, 593. It would. No, I want to play Tit for Tat. If I could get a up to over $1 billion, I could actually not have to wait for 121 million clips. Sorry, I keep saying chips. I guess I play too much Cookie Clicker. But as you can see, I still have to wait for this 121 million. This is actually a really good pace. Da, 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 da. I don't want to fall below 511.5. I mean, I do have the stocks, but I mean, still, those could always go down in price. Not likely to, but they could. Once again, build up ops. So I'm doing all this just because I need to hit the clip count as fast as possible. I'm just trying to make sure I don't accidentally buy too many. I can buy one more. La, na, na. So once I hit 100 million clips, I will get something called a small gift to the supervisors, which starts at a $500,000. Okay, so I'm going to easily hit the 20,000 creativity that I said I wanted to have. That was kind of my goal, is to have 20,000 creativity. So I'm almost to. You can see that's how fast my phase 1 could go if I had just like god luck. Yeah, I'll be able to get momentum right on cue. So these, as soon as we hit about 101, 102 million clips, then I'll be able to. And the nice thing is we stayed at level 7. There we go. There's tokens of goodwill. Token. Token, 64, 128, 66. There is one at 512, but it's usually just better to wait until tournament run. Strategy A is good. Go and withdraw that money, buy a few more of these. Hypnodrone technology is now available. Need 100 trust. Let's release the Hypnodrones. That ends the phase. Also, and I will try to give a warning when we get there in about a minute. When I release the Hypnodrones, there will be a flashing warning. So like flashing warning, incoming. Be aware. This is like, I'm trying to let you know. But, you know. We are about a minute or so off. Maybe a little bit less. I mean, I maybe could have gone for the billion. I maybe could have stuck around for the billion. I'm going to go ahead and put these in marketing just to get a little bit more money, which, I mean, that doesn't really matter at this point. Yeah, I've got... Alright, we're about to release the Hypnodrones. Again, I want to emphasize flashing warning. Like, I don't mean this in jest. Like, that is, like, serious. Like, if you are photosensitive, look away now. Look away now. Alright, it is safe to look again. But I wanted to like make sure, like in no uncertain terms, it flickers bad when you release the Hypnodrones. Like that is not meant as like a ha ha ha. That is like a seriously, if you have photosensitive conditions, look away now. Harvest the drones, fire drones, factories. So we can be building up So the upgrade that I said I needed right at the start of the phase is something called momentum. It costs... I need to have... I'll go and get swarm computing. This. Strategy B. Go ahead and get this. Go ahead and get this. Oops. I need a total of 30 solar farms. Alright, so drones and factories will now continuously get better. As long as I... the last. So I need to wait on something called swarm computing to come in. Actually, I'm gonna have them working just a little bit. So I'm having them spend a lot of their time thinking, and what their thinking does is that since I can no longer get trust because I have used the Hypnodrones to take over the entire world, instead I need to utilize the swarm of drones, and they will periodically give me gifts of, and I should be able to get 80,000 ops here. This is why I said very early on in the phase I would need 80,000 ops. It is so I can get this, and yes, this is more important than starting a tournament. Few things are, but getting this upgrade is definitely on that list. Hey. Although I should have been mashing for just have it be one tick off of you can see from the, if you look over on where the power is, how it says that I am at 970%. That is the power momentum. I'm already producing 10 times, and I'm going to wait so I can have the 80,000 ops right away for upgraded factories. Alright, as soon as we don't want to run out. If we run out of storage and we're not making enough, then we lose all of our momentum bonus and have to start over. And that would be a great way to lose a lot of time in the phase. So once again, going to be building up ops. I'm going to switch to working a little harder as soon as this swarm compute comes in. We do need to have 100,000 ops coming up. Alright, we can buy a few more of these. Oops. Here we have enough yeah, so I need 100,000 ops in order to get that. It's gonna take a little bit of time. Ooh, good thing I caught myself before my storage ran out. Run a new tournament. Leave it on A. A is good. want them to be thinking more. Because I need to, because as soon as we get this next swarm gift, I should be able to maybe push for 100,000 ops if it lines up with my photonic. Which unfortunately it's not going to, because of course not. But thankfully, as you can see, the momentum keeps building up higher and higher. Alright, so next photonic cycle. So I'm going to be pushing for 100,000 ops, and then we're just going to be slamming everything into getting as many processors as possible, because creativity is way more important than ops in Phase 2, and you get creativity a lot slower. Then you do ops. Alright, I should be able to force 100,000. Alright, get alignment. Build up my ops before I start the new tournament. New tournament run to attack, play along the on diagonals. At this point, like, so yeah, I have to spend 50,000 Yomi now. But now I can basically just have my drones thinking like 1%. New tournament run. Go and play strategy B. So I need 1 sextillion clips at 50 clip factories. So we're just gonna kind of hold as we are until we get the 1 sextillion. It's not this top number, it's this unused clips that I need. And that's gonna give me the maximum factory upgrade. So we're just gonna hold in this position. But despite all appearances, we're only a few minutes away from, maybe, 6-7 minutes away from the end of the phase. Phase 2 is very short. It's almost kind of like Phase 2A and 2B in a different sense. There we go, get that. New tournament run, strategy A. Have them thinking a little bit more, do a little bit more work. Yeah, this is the part where you can very easily run out of storage and lose all your momentum in a hurry. Because we're just slamming tons and tons and tons of drones. run. So there's a pretty precise timing with what I'm about to do. I want to wait until I've got about 700 septillion right there. Okay, that's good. I need to stop and have them not do any more work. As long as they have available work, they'll continue to work. They can spend all of their time thinking. But if they run out of available work to do, they have a chance to get bored, and I have to spend 10,000 creativity, which is, you know, stressing how valuable creativity is in phase 2 and 3. I very, 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 very much do not want to do that. Now we're just gonna put as many drones out there as we can. You do need to buy them in roughly equal proportions. They can get misaligned if there's too many of one and not enough of the other. And then you do have to expend 10,000 Yomi, I believe is what it costs, to realign the swarm. Just kind of looking at this wire, total wire, as kind of a proxy for how much longer I have in the phase. I do need 125,000. So unfortunately, I'm going to get... I need 125,000 pretty early in the phase. In phase 3. I need 120,000 ops to leave phase 2. I need 125,000 pretty early on in phase 3 for the first upgrade, which is elliptic hole polytropes. Tournament run. Oops. B1. Ta-da. Nice thing is that we'll hit Theory of Mind right now, so we start getting double. It makes it so tournaments cost twice as much, twice as many ops. They give twice as much Yomi, which is a trade-off I will absolutely every day of the week make. Just kind of building up more and more and more and more drones, because we will lose pretty much all of our drones going into the next phase. Actually, we will lose them all. But just building up as many swarm gifts as I can in the meantime. And as much creativity as well. Alright, So as soon as this swarm gift is done, we're going to expend the last of our wire, or convert the last of our wire. So as soon as this swarm gift is done, on to space. 120,000 occupancy, 10 million megawatt seconds of storage, and 5 octillion clips. Alright, so disassemble. So as soon as this times out, because we don't want to accidentally disassemble. What else am I missing? Oh, there we go. Space exploration, increase probe thrust. So 5, increase probe thrust there. Launch probe. New tournament run. A. So we 125 thousand ops to get there. We go. Elliptical polytropes. And that just makes it so once you, I think you get that at, you have to be in phase 3 and have lost 100 probes to hazards, and then you can get that. Oh, I totally missed my split, which I often do. You just like immediately start doing other stuff. Like you don't have like the release the Hypnodrone screen where I have like a couple of seconds to be like, oh yeah, I need to hit the split button. So you have these. There's actually 8, not 7, but 8. New tournament run. Actually, in this case it doesn't matter, but B is slightly better because of something called a risk dominance. Plus the payoffs are the same. It's like a slightly improved strategy, even though it's hard to explain. So we're not going to be able to get any more processors for a while, just because I need to get drones online. But I don't really want to do that because that takes time away from making my probes be more effective at self-replication. So I'm just kind of building up that, and soon I'm going to get some more turn our drones back online. Wait for the photonic cycle to be in my favor, because in order to get them to think again, I have to expend 100,000 ops to reboot the swarm. Alright, so go ahead and reboot the swarm. Increase pro trust, new tournament, run, look for tat. Oh, also, one thing I need to do, I need to get some available map. I have to have a level in speed and in exploration. Speed times exploration times drone count determines how quickly you get matter and explore the universe. Alright, so I'm going to put this back in self-wrap. So the strategic attachment is that 175,000 thing that I said I needed. What that does is it allows me to get more. If I get first place, I get a 50. The strategy I choose gets first place, I get a bonus of 50,000. 50000 Yomi. Run. Play tit for tat again. So as you may expect from how I'm doing this, self-replication is the god stat, because making more probes more quickly is obviously exactly what I want to do. One thing to be aware of is that as soon as I have 1 million drones lost to value drift, they will actually start attacking me, and combat will become initiated. And when that happens, and I do have a little ways off, I will need to start putting points in combat, which is why I think I kind of mentioned that there's 7, but really 8 different skills, because the last one is obviously combat, which doesn't become available. You actually have to pay 150,000 ops to unlock combat. Tournament run. Strategy B. So we're really just kind of trying to rush to that 175,000 creativity. Alright, we're gonna get some more drones online. Just because that does increase the speed at which you get swarm compute. It also increases the size of the swarm gifts. So I'm going to wait for the photonic cycle to be favorable, because we are going to start... Combat is going to become available pretty soon. Auto turning is completely useless, by the way. It just makes it so the tournament will automatically run. And there's no way that should be 5,000 creativity. That should maybe 50,000 ops. Yeah, but there you can see combat is now online. So this combat thing, I can try to explain that a little bit more. Increase pro trust here in the tournament run. Tip for tat. Unfortunately, I kind of started the tournament unfavorable photonic chip cycle, but as you can see, the first couple of these, you have some time to build up your. Like they're just kind of wasting time, and that's great because that gives me more time to. Get some factories, get some more drones. Just to make sure I'm not running out of matter. I do have to be mindful of my unused clips. Yeah, just keep the ops built up using photonic. I want to go a little bit further before I have to. I'm going to have to start putting points in. It's got to be mindful of how many unused clips I have. Yeah, but as long as the combat stays favorable to me, like I want to have as few separate attacks as possible. Alright, so now I do have to put some points in combat now that we're getting these big fights. I need 5 points in combat to really have a chance. Which means, unfortunately, that means I don't get as many points in self-rep anymore, but it's still the lesser of two evils. Hopefully we'll get a big fat win soon and slowly building up towards the strategic attachment. A strategy that I'm doing is I'm just kind of, if it looks like I'm about to win or lose, I will switch some of my points out of combat. Alright, so right now, switch them back into self-rep, back into combat, and just kind of do like that. Just kind of an advanced strat to try to get a little bit more time with more points in self-rep. I did not mean 6 points in combat, but that's fine. I'll leave it in until the end. Alright. Put them all into self-rep and just kind of try to keep the fight going longer. Be mindful of my unused clip count. New tournament run. Increase pro trust. Strategy E. Gotta be mindful of my counts there. Look, just make sure I've got enough score of gifts. Okay, I'm good on that. Make sure I'm not running low in unused clips. Yeah, so if there's any questions, just let me know. Just kind of trying to keep an eye on my unused clips. Go ahead and get some more swarm compute going, get a few more I'm getting very close to strategic attachment. I'm at 150,000 plus. This is perfect. When I'm just about to win, this is where you want to switch all your points over. Beat last. And just kind of wait out this long fight where there's only just like one of them on the battle, and that's where you can really kind of get a big boost of and it says like 0.00000, the base exploration here. Remember, space is huge. Alright, there's strategic attachment. increase probe trust. Tournament run, increase probe trust again. Tip for tat. Yeah, see, I get a 50,000 bonus for winning the tournament, and that is a huge amount. So now I'm going to put everything in. I need 225,000 for name the battles. Factory. Only thing. Yeah, this is just kind of the space combat part of the run, just kind of managing that. That's kind of the most important thing that I'm kind of keeping my eye on. Just making sure to switch my tournament run. Strategy B. Just want to make sure I'm keeping that going, because Yomi is super important. Do this. Alright, go ahead and I'm going to lose. Get a few points there. Yeah, definitely don't care about auto-tourney. This is great because only one of them out there. I can spend all this time with it all at max self-rep. I'm gonna go ahead and do this just so I can find some more matter. I need a harvesters, these factories. Trying to keep an eye, make sure I don't run out of clips. Tournament run. Yeah, this is perfect while there's just one of them running around. I can just keep stocked up at self-rep 15. There is a way to increase max probe trust beyond 20, but I need the name the battles in order to get access to it. Right now, it's not important whether I'm winning or losing the fights. It's just making sure I don't lose by too much and actually compromise my number of drones. Or number of probes, sorry. Probes and drones, different things. Tournament run. Keeping an eye on my unused clips, still got plenty of those. Alright, waiting, seeing what's happening with combat. Alright, right now. Yeah, there was still 3 of them up there, not just one, but I didn't want to risk ending the fight prematurely. Yeah, so I'm really the launch probe, look at how many quintillions I have. You know, launching them one at a time does nothing. So it's really all about this part over here. Getting as many processors as possible. I will need to go to 225 memory. Unfortunately, there was too many probes coming out. Enemy drifters coming out. There we go. We'll get named the battles here. And now it is important that I actually be winning at least a few of these fights. So we will need 250,000 ops to get the Monument to the Drift War Fallen. Just keep running tournaments as well, because I do need the Yomi, because I'm going to be increasing Pro Trust. I'm just keeping an eye, making sure my unused clips don't get too low. I'm not going to bother with Glory. It sounds nice. But I do need to be winning more battles than I lose, because I do need to build up 1,117.99 honor. I play D here. I'm gonna wait. We do need a lot more creativity, so just waiting on a favorable photonic cycle so I can build up. So I can build up creativity. Because I need to get 4 Threnodies at 50, 60, 70, and 80,000 creativity apiece. And then also a bunch of Yomi, and that's how I'm going to get enough honor. Tournament run, B. Also just making sure to keep an eye on my clip count, so I'm not running out of this. So there's my first Threnody. More processors, always good. Alright, get a couple more. Temporarily put a couple levels in self-rep just for a moment. Alright, I'm gonna... If I need to go up to 6 combat briefly, I can always do that to get back over, and I'm gonna go and actually do that. Probably after this fight. Because I do need to make sure I've got a net set. 91, 117.99. Get our next Threnody. Tournament run. 8.7. Okay, so I've still got plenty of. I'm not in danger of running out of clips just yet, but I am getting a little low. I'm going to go ahead and find some more matter. And you can see that I now have a positive, like you can see the numbers, amount of the universe explored. Ba-dum, ba-da-dum. Get our next Threnody. One more Threnody, and then we will... Tournament run. So 80,000 creativity, and then we'll be good to go. Increase max trust. And as you might expect, we're just going to put everything into... at this point, I don't really need... put everything into self-wrap to self-wrap as quickly as possible. Duh. And then when we get a chance, we can just push it up to self-wrap 22. Yeah. That's what we're going to do. Just watching on my clip count, make sure it doesn't start falling too low. So 4.8 trade is still in. Oh. Run. We're looking to get to about 10 non-million pro droids. To end the game, to end the I can finally do auto turning now since I don't need no, I want beat last. Keeping an eye on the 21 octillion. So I'm very close to how many I need at the end. This could definitely PB for sure. The swarm is disorganized. I need to tournament run. Alright, I can get OODA loop now. Yeah, we're very close to the end. This will PB by a pretty significant margin at that. Doesn't look like it. It's 78 and 85. Alright, there we go. 142.29. That's about a 3.5 minute PB. So, we will reject the Emperor of Drift's offer for exile so that we can finish our duty to convert everything in the universe into paperclips. So say goodbye to the probes. We hardly knew ye. Say goodbye to the swarm. You served us well. So long, factories. We don't need you. Goodbye, strategy engine. Quantum computing, offline. Disassemble the processors. So long, memory. And there we go. Universal paperclips. That was a very, very, very nice run. Overall, definitely feel like world record's about 3.5, 4 minutes off, but I really can't complain about that. That was a very, very solid run. I don't know if I'm happy with that in the sense that this is the last time I'll ever do paperclips, and I know I'm really, really bright, but this is a run that I feel good about. I feel good that this run went as well as I could ask. I mean, obviously, still do better. You know, could still get a better phase one, have a little bit more well optimized. But all in all, I'm pleased with this. I'm very pleased with how this run went. I mean, it's pretty, you know, I mean, that's not my, that was, okay, let's compare against actual PB, there you go. 337 PB, not so bad. I'm gonna go ahead and end the music. But yeah, I'm not sure, you know, I've been streaming for, gonna end the local recording here.